Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Man, I tell ya, these Democrats never miss a chance to prove just how completely out of touch they really are. Every time Donald Trump tries to implement even the most basic, the most common sense of policy, like in this case, expecting able-bodied adults to work before cashing in on taxpayer benefits, I mean common sense policy tackling an important issue, and here we go, the Democrats are flying off the handle like it's the end of civilization as we know it. Always with the disproportionate reactions. They're the masters of turning the smallest move into the next existential threat to humanity and democracy. Well, here we go again. Donald Trump's putting work requirements on Medicare, and the Democrats are making comparisons to the era of Jim Crow laws. Here we go again with the mindless resistance. This constant Democrat attempt to turn American politics into a soap opera. Let me show you guys today's fake, exaggerated nonsense from the group that thinks that if they scream the loudest, they automatically win. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so here's a post on Rapid Response 47 that caught my eye. They put up a chart with some data from the US Department of Agriculture and write, most able-bodied welfare recipients aren't working, 62% of able-bodied Medicaid recipients, and 74% of food stamp recipients. The one big beautiful bill implements work, education, and training requirements because welfare should be a short-term hand up, not a lifetime handout. And I gotta tell ya, those numbers are pretty shocking. The majority of people on these entitlements who are able-bodied aren't working at all. Let that sink in. Nearly 2/3 of able-bodied adults on Medicaid are living off the taxpayer dime without lifting a finger, and it's even worse with food stamps. This is a system that is built to reward the idle. And so what the Trump administration is saying is for people who can actually work, people in good health who are able-bodied, you should be able to take advantage of these benefits for a short period of time, but you have to show that you're going to school or working or doing something, and eventually working towards being self-sufficient and self-reliant. The whole purpose is to give people a safety net that's used on rainy days, not just a permanent net that you get to lounge on in the sun. They're calling for basic work requirements, basic accountability. There's nothing crazy, there's nothing authoritarian or fascist, there's no constitutional crisis here, and that's what the one big beautiful bill addresses. It just puts work requirements. And now here we go with the Democrats pretending as if it's some sort of fascist plot to overthrow American democracy.
It's like the Jim Crow law. It would do the Jim Crow laws in the states, which is we didn't stop people from registering to vote. We just had a whole series of requirements that people had that they couldn't meet. So they could stand up and say, we never stopped an African-American person from voting. The same thing here. We didn't stop a poor person from being on Medicaid. And then, oh, by the way, here's 11 things they have to do that many of them they can't meet.
Well, Republicans are aggressively trying to destroy America as we know it and end the American way of life. That's what this Donald Trump effort has been all about, which, by the way, the American people are rejecting. Despite all of the talk of this so-called big mandate, this guy is the most unpopular president after 100 days in office in modern American history. So much for your mandate. And then your signature bill, this disgusting abomination, is also unpopular before Elon Musk spoke up. And so Project 2025 is a disaster for the American people. It's a reason why the American people are running away from Republicans. But of course, that's one side of the equation. The other side of the equation is how do we rebuild the America that Donald Trump is trying to break in record time? And that's an effort that we as House Democrats look forward to being a part of as we move forward.
I mean, holy moly, Hakeem Jeffries literally just said that Donald Trump and Republicans are aggressively trying to destroy America as we know it. I mean, really? Because he's asking people who can work to get a job? That's the same as setting the country on fire, according to this top Democrat leader. That's absolutely, patently insane. But that, of course, is the left's game. Every single time they frame any accountability as a threat to democracy. hypocrisy. Well, here's the truth. It's not about punishing people. It's about restoring dignity and encouraging a culture of self-reliance. I mean, the idea that hardworking, contributing members of society should be forced to keep paying for people who refuse to contribute, it's a borderline abusive relationship. Help is one thing, but if you're going to help someone, it should be made on the agreement that they're also trying to help themselves. Not this one-sided view of, oh, we'll just carry you. Here's just a freebie and endless donations, endless generosity with nothing expected in return. If you're living off the taxpayer's dime, you owe it to the taxpayer to get back on your feet and to eventually become a contributing member of society, to pay it back, pay it forward. Yeah, the left doesn't agree. No, the left thinks that that's fascism. I mean, that just seems like a totally warped perspective to me. It seems like this is a group of people that's not interested in common sense middle ground solutions. They're not interested in giving in ideological or policy concessions. There's no cut that can ever be justified. It's black and white for the Democrats. It's everything Donald Trump does is evil and everything we do is righteous and good. And it just comes off as such a petulant and annoying look. It's always the same play with these Democrats. Donald Trump is literally Hitler and everything he does is fascism and everything he's doing is gonna ruin America. And our job as Democrats is to constantly and endlessly launch lawsuits against him.
We're involved in 4, about to be 5 different lawsuits with this federal administration, and people are paying higher prices right now and looking at even higher. People are terrified for their lives and for their neighbors, folks getting snatched off the street by secret police who are wearing masks, who can offer no justification for why certain people are being taken and then detained. Every aspect of what's happening at the federal level is causing harm in our local communities, and it is a job of city government to do whatever we can to first and foremost ensure everyone is safe and healthy, and then to provide opportunities. And so more and more, unfortunately, this is the reality of how we have to do our job even as municipal government.
And the moment we get back in power, oh, the moment we win in those midterms, again, no bipartisan solution, no good policy that's good for the country. No, elect us so we can impeach the fascist Donald Trump.
So, once we get to the majority, which I'm hoping and praying we get to, next cycle, that allows me to start to open up and do the things that would look like an impeachment.
Let's say you were elected to ranking member and the Democrats take the House and you become chair of that committee. Would you pursue impeachment?
I would absolutely at least do an inquiry. Absolutely. I mean, I think that there's more than enough to inquire about.
I've heard so many Democrats over the last 2 weeks make similar promises relating to the 2026 midterms. We're going to impeach the president. We're going to investigate all of his clearly illegal actions. Oh, how productive and how original. It's all just so exaggerated. I just wish more people cut out all the noise and all the rhetoric and just looked at the damn policy. It's not extreme. It's pretty common sense. And I feel like most people would agree. In other words, just cut out the Democrats out of your life and all of a sudden things don't look so bad. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.